Have you ever lost control of a call because you gave up too much information, too early or too late? Hi, I'm Freeman, the Closer Clients One. And in this video, I'm going to be answering your question, how to sell without selling. And there are three main points that I want to bring across. The first is it determines of how you set up the call. So for example, if you don't set up your agenda, okay, the purpose of the call, then that person is going to take control. Okay, so you need to establish what the purpose of the call about, because then you could start focusing on learning about them. What is it that they're looking for before getting into the details? Because if you don't do it and they start asking about the details and you've given it them, you don't really have anything to work on because they've already formulated a concrete opinion of what it is that you're offering and how it could help them. You don't want that. You want to establish that relationship first, okay, of understanding them, because then you'll be able to show them how you can actually help them, what you're offering that can help them, okay? The second thing is that what happens when you hesitate? Because sometimes you will hesitate for that split second and they'll just take control. So when that happens, you need to have a short answer prepared with a question at the end of it. For example, let's say that you're a business mentor and saying that instead of saying that you offer a $5,000 program where you get on an hourly Skype call every week with 2 emails, short emails, and you help them solve these and these problems, you should be able to say something like this instead, that you help business owners identify what their problems are and then you help them to overcome it. And that could be anything from outsourcing to focusing on what needs to be done next to help them take their business to the next level, or some variation of that. A very short and general answer, because then the person can't say that you haven't answered their question. And then at the end, you want to end it with a question, a good question. And that question can be something like, but let me ask you, what is it that you're looking for right now? What is it that you need help with? Or why did you come towards me? And then they'll start giving their answer. And then you can start learning more about them and get into the real reasons of what do they really need help with? Why do they need help? Another way to answer it is just say that you're going to answer that question, but you just want to ask them a question of your own first. You can ask, do you mind? Or does that sound fair? And of course it's going to sound fair because you've already said that you're going to answer their question. And most people really aren't going to mind at the beginning of a call you asking them a question before you answer theirs. As long as you do it in a way that doesn't sound arrogant, you're just genuinely curious, you genuinely want to ask a question first, because from your mindset, where you're coming from, you want to give a better answer, so you want to ask this question first. But sometimes they just want even more details. And the way you go about that is very similar to the explanation I just gave before, is say that you're going to answer that question, but you want to ask about them first, because you want to give them the best answer possible, not just a generic answer. Does that sound good? And of course they're going to sound good, because no one wants a generic answer. People want you to care about them. And when you show that you care about them by asking them the right questions and getting to know them, then they'll more than happily give you control of the call, because you're focusing on them. You're not being generic. You're not being another salesy salesperson. The next thing is your tone of voice. How are you coming across? As I've said already, record yourself. Too many people, okay, don't record themselves, and they're wondering what happened, okay? Because you can't put up all the information in your head here. Okay, you can't remember every point. And even if you think you can, it's much more powerful when you have the recording in front of you than trying to remember everything, because it's like filling up a computer with too much stuff, okay? There's so much memory inside that the computer's thinking space, its processing space, just goes down to a crawl. So it pays to have an extra storage space, i.e. recording, so that you're able to think better, think faster. And that's pretty much how you can sell without selling, is by focusing on them and not focusing so much on yourself. And that's it. Let me know what you think of this video. And if you liked it, then comment, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. Thank you again for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.